humans were meant to be in tribes. You have to be and have a tribe. You cannot do everything by yourself.
There's no algorithm that's holding you back. Either it's a good video or it's not.
Get up and do it every day. Every day. Get better and better and better at it and add different methods to it.
I tell people that I want you to either take action after watching something of ours or unfollow. Welcome back to another episode of the Wealthy Creator Podcast. I'm your host, Justin Berry, and today I got a very special guest. Our guy Wayne is in the building. What's up, bro?
How you feeling, man? I feel good. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Excited for you to be here, man. I appreciate you taking your time and coming through.
I appreciate you for having me.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
For you all that are listening and watching that don't know, we talking about the #1 podcast in marketing. Tell me about it, man.
It's a blessing. I think, I mean, jumping into podcasting, you really don't have no idea of where it's gonna go. It's kind of like it's an unknown, it's an uncharted place, because it's like, at first you want to walk in a straight path, but then it's like, is that really you?
Yeah.
It's kind of figuring yourself out as far as personality go and perspective, opinion, and it's a lot of different, like intricacies when it comes to, podding. It's a lot that goes into it that people don't know. This shit is not easy by any stretch at all.
No,
bro.
Absolutely.
Nah.
And we're gonna get into it, man. We got a lot we're gonna get into. I mean, I think this is gonna be one of the most valuable podcasts for those individuals that are thinking of doing it or just starting.
Oh, for sure.
You're gonna get two different perspectives, right? Like you're gonna get someone who is behind the scenes working with a big podcast, kind of stepping out and kind of hosting his own podcast, but you're also gonna get a perspective from an individual that has kind of seen some of everything.
Right.
For and forgive me if we haven't stated, we're talking about the Digital Social Hour.
Right. Absolutely.
That podcast to me, man, it represents something really big for not only the culture, but really for the landscape of what podcasting, as it exists now. For me, when I first tapped in, it was funny. Like, I didn't see you on the first one that I saw. Right. So I was just watching it. I'm like, all right, let's see what the fuss is about. That's just me doing my due diligence as a producer of, what Ryan Pineda has going on, knowing who's out here and who's doing what.
Right.
Then I realized, they in Vegas. Like, okay, so there's some ties there, right? Like, we might know some of the same people.
Right.
And then I think Ryan got the invite to come on.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't be there that day to come over there. But I was like, all right, he's on there. Let me just see, like, if it's something that he needs to expect going into the door, I want to be the one to tell him, right? Like, I don't want him to be surprised by something crazy. Right. But I didn't find anything like that. I found a lot of value in what you all were doing. And then I think I got on the social media and your face popped up quick. Right. And so for people that don't know, Wayne was actually one of the individuals I met early on when I first moved to Vegas. Yeah. I was assisting some other guys with a podcast, helping them produce a podcast, and he was invited on as a guest. And I think we kind of connected on just like culturally.
I just think it was just like a synergy there.
Yeah, there's certain vibes that you get from an individual that you just kind of connect on, that you understand. Like, even if we're not from the same place, we've experienced some of the same things, and I don't have to ask them about it, right? So I knew that I can feel that the energy and just the vibe. Like, there's a certain charisma that people have that you can feel, and so that's kind of how we kind of connected there. But then I realized the conversation was good too. Yeah. And that was something different. I know, a lot of people don't understand that podcasting is not just me and you sitting down.
No, it's a science.
Talking.
It's a science.
There's a purpose behind it all. And it was clear even that day that you were more experienced than what was going on. Yeah. And so I connected with that. It actually made me want to get better at doing it. Right. And really helped me understand early. And so from that point, I started doing way more podcast production for other people. Yeah. And I started to realize, okay, there's something really happening. I say all that to say, tell me a little bit about what got you into it in the first place. Like, how did you go about that?
I think some people just have a certain gift, and it's, whether it's speaking, being, conversation. I feel like authenticity and having a story has a lot to do with it. Then you also have a love and a passion for it, and enjoy doing it. And I think that makes all the difference in the world, because it's not just like a job. It's more like it's a hobby, but it's not like work, you know. It's like you enjoy doing it, you know. And I mean, what's crazy is I actually wrote it down on my resolution list like last year.
Okay.
Like at the end of the year, I had a list of like things I wanted to get into, and I wrote podcasts in there. And by February, I was on a podcast.
Crazy.
So it just kind of just happened in that way.
Yeah, you know, that's a you know, an example of speaking things.
Yeah, speaking things into existence, but also like taking action too.
Yeah.
You know, you have to also manifesting the right ways. You know, there has to be action behind your words.
Yeah. You know, the Bible tells you faith without works is dead.
Absolutely.
Right. So you can have all the faith in the world and believe in yourself and have all these plans.
Yeah.
But it takes the work, right? And like you spoke to, you know, you put in the work. Tell me a little bit about that. How'd you go about preparing yourself or finding your home?
I think I don't think it was something I actually did intentionally. I'm just more of a self-improvement junkie. So bro, I'm always like reading books. I'm always tapped in when it comes to audiobook or learning something. I'm just one of those individuals that's always like constantly tapped in and working on myself every single day. Just to be a better person to me, not to, you know, has nothing to do with anyone else. But if me being a better person inspires you to be better, then so be it, you know? Yeah. So I think it was more so like that, but I don't think it was like preparation involved. I think it was just like more like opportunity, kind of one of those timing things where timing meets opportunity, and I was there in the right place at the right time, and it just wasn't, it just locked in, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
no, that's good. Yeah. That's good. And I think like, you know, people need to hear that, you know, and believe that they can do that themselves as well. Like I always tell people, I just need to get in the room.
That's it.
Like, let me in the room and I'll figure out how to navigate once I'm in there to make my presence felt.
Right.
And so, you know, I really relate to what you're saying, right? Like the opportunity, sometimes you have the talent already.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have the gift. You've been given that.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, sometimes it takes the opportunity to even really hone that skill. Right. So I know people believe that, like, you know, you should always be kind of getting better and honing your skill before the opportunity comes. But sometimes you're not even aware of what you're capable of until you set eyes on it.
Until you're actually swimming with the sharks. You know, that's when you are either made a man or you're made a meal.
Yeah, absolutely.
So absolutely. It's, that's when you actually figure out what you're made of, you as a person. So I just think that, just like you said, and with the preparation part, is just more so constantly getting better. So when we originally started, I mean, me and Sean just kind of hit the ground running, bro. I mean, I think together we've done over like 200 and something episodes. And then on his own, I think Sean might have done just like 100 on his own solo pod. So together, it's maybe we're at like 400 episodes for the year.
Yeah, man, we were backstage, Utah at the Limitless event. And, I remember going, what y'all got going on, man? What's next for you all? And you're like, bro, we taking the month of October off.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's constantly putting the work in. It's repetition. It's you would treat as anything in life, you would treat it as like a gym regimen. I feel, you know, repetition. If something you want to be the best at and master, you got to really put that effort in every single day. And it has to be every day. Yeah. You know, because if you're not doing that, maybe you're studying other pods. If you're not doing that, maybe you're reading, getting more information so that you have more of a widespread variety of conversation. You know, you might link with someone, y'all may have nothing in common but books. Yeah. And then that might be a synergy you guys link together with, and then that evolves into a transactional relationship or a business relationship. You just never know, you know? So I think that it's a plethora of things. It's an ingredient. You have to make it a lifestyle in everything that you do.
No, absolutely.
So that's really, really important to me.
No, that's good. That's good. I think that's what makes your podcast so unique too, because you get to tap in with all kinds of people. Man. Like y'all don't have like a niche necessarily.
It's like everybody from every walks of the world. You having 9, 10, 12 different conversations with different people every single day, you know, and it's you got to keep up.
Yeah.
Bro, and you're not just you're not talking about people who don't have a following, who don't have experience, bro. You're talking about people who know what they're talking about, who made hundreds of millions of dollars, who's exited companies at 300, 2 million, whatever valuations, and that's what they're exiting at, and they're getting and evolving and getting more and more things. So you got to be able to keep up with these conversations. And the only way you do that, obviously, is through experience. And you and I both know I have experience in a lot of different fields and had a lot of success. So I can relate to them in a lot of different aspects. Granted, I haven't hit the $200-300 million
you on the way
pinnacle yet, but I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? So being around that and being able to touch these people, it's possible, and every day it feels more and more possible and believable to where it's normal. Like that, hearing that number and hearing these crazy numbers, it just sounds so normal now. You get so desensitized from those numbers, don't scare you anymore.
Right. Dude, I learned that working around Ryan. Yeah. Because when I first started, bro, hearing some of these numbers, I was like, what? Like, this is real? Like, y'all really doing it? It was funny. Like, my history, I don't come from anything like this, right? Like, my family was the regular family working, they 9 to 5s and grinding it out, right? So when I'm sitting in the office and I'm editing, right? Because I came on as an editor initially. As I'm sitting there and I'm editing, and the door swings open and they're like, hey, we got this deal we all going in on. It's going to be a $40,000 return. Y'all want in? I'm like, what you mean? Like, how much I need for that? Right. They're like, oh, it's 10K. I'm like, y'all just got 10K in the tug just to throw at something and hope, I mean? Like, but then as it kept happening, and as I started to kind of grow and make more, income, make a larger income, I started to realize, like, this is how it actually should be. Yeah, money's the tool, the seeds. So it's equivalent to like a bag of seeds. So you use that and you just plant seeds in different places and hopefully it grows. Even with farmers aren't successful in planting all the time. Yeah. They plant thousands and millions of seeds, bro. Not all of them grow. Yeah. And you just got to take those losses as you just get more tolerant to risk. Yeah. So your risk tolerance get higher, and then, understanding money, it's just, it's a tool. Yeah. And I learned that keeping the seeds in the pack in the drawer, they're dead. So holding on to what you get doesn't help either. Nah. And that really encouraged me. And maybe you can tell a story too about yourself, but I learned that I started seeing increase when I started helping. Like figuring out how to put people on and really try to help improve other people and help in any way. Yeah. Right. And so like I learned then, like, that you're planting seeds in other people while also having the opportunity to plant your own seeds and help your own growth. Yeah. And so like that's been a big part of like what I've seen in the last couple of years. Most people that are seeing success are doing that. Right? Well, yeah, it's true, but then there's also, no good deed goes unpunished. So you have to understand that a person you help will hurt you at some point or become your competition. Yeah. So understand that everyone don't have your heart. Yeah. You can't put your heart in how you are and your beliefs in everyone else. So you can't really expect that kind of return from a human being. And I think that's something that I think we all battle with, but I battle with myself. I like helping people, but I know what comes with it. It comes with pain. Yeah. So yes, you get blessed, right, from the universe, obviously, but then you also get this monster that you may have created, and you didn't mean that. You meant well, but who they are is who they are. Right. So it's a double-edged sword with hurting people. I kind of have altered feelings about, when it comes to that. But when it comes to my tribe, I'm all about empowering the tribe for sure. Oh yeah. For sure. Yeah. And I think too, to kind of go back on that, I think I had to learn to lower expectations. Right. And that removed the pain of the outcome. Right. So I go into it, like, it's no different than like somebody borrowing something from you. If I'm going to give it to you, I got no expectation of getting it back. Right. I give it to you. It's my heart saying, hey, here you go. Whatever you do with it is on you. However you decide to handle it afterwards is on you. But my heart said I should do this. So I'm going to do this. Right. And I believe that mindset change, and it may help you too. You may be like, I get it now. Like, I I got no expectations from you.
I mean, I give and I do things without expectation, but I hate the fact that I kind of know in my heart, like, it's going to backfire on me, but I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
But I already see how you are, but you got to drive.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like what Jay said. He said, what he say? He said, I'm going to find, I know my competition out there. I'm going to find them and I'm going to sign them.
Yeah.
I don't want no beef.
Well, no problem. Yeah. That's right.
Hey, but that was J. Cole. Yeah.
Keep them close.
But yeah, it's just, it's one of those things, man. When you're helping people, you just got to understand that sometimes at some point, you might create a monster.
Yeah.
And he might be your arch nemesis. You just don't know, bro. He might be your direct. He knows everything. You taught him what you know.
Yeah.
So you just got to be prepared for that.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen that. I've seen that around here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've literally seen people grow and then forget what got them there.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're supposed to.
Yeah. And I think they're supposed to always be looking forward.
Well, I think it's okay. So,
but a respect should maintain.
Well, yeah, it's gratitude.
Yeah.
Right. But I think people, they forget the people that help get them there. They don't forget where they came from, because I think that's like
they got their story,
like a narrative, like a false narrative. Like, you haven't forget where you came from, but you definitely forgot who was there to help you. You're not really showing respect. You're not really paying homage to who was really there and gave you that helping hand. And I think that's where the problem lies. But if you're not really expecting anything, then if they forget where they came from, then so be it. You know, just know that he knows that you know that we all know.
We all know. Yeah.
You were a part of that growth. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where, again, it's just removing the ego, removing expectation, and removing the emotion from the actual helping hand itself, and just kind of giving and just, all right, whatever come from this, come from this.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. You know, it's interesting too, man. You have such a unique story, right? And I'm gonna let you tell your story, but I'm gonna speak from my perspective for a second, right? Yeah. Digital social hour, to me, and of my knowledge, is the second time that you've had impact in an industry or another.
Yeah, I think it's second time, or it's like probably the third or fourth.
Yeah, I know you got more. I know you got more.
Yeah.
But the one that I know of and that I want to kind of jump into, you know, while we share your story, is one of the most iconic crowns that like exist in the hip hop culture and culture period. I've seen everybody
with the hat on. Yeah.
Tell them about the hat, man.
So the retired drug dealer hat is what he's talking about. That hat. Okay. So what part you want to know? So
one, I know a little bit about the story already, but I want them to hear it because I think a lot of people may have forgotten or haven't heard this story yet. You were able to get a hat on. You were able to use influence. This is part of that collaboration that I always teach in Wealthy Creator, right? Figuring out how to collaborate with one person or another that can help increase the brand. You were able to do that. Tell me the story of how you all kind of came up with the concept and then go into how you made that collaboration happen. So the concept, I designed a hat, bro, believe it or not, in like 5 minutes. That was a design I created, over the phone. Not over the phone, but I was on the phone. And I was just designing, and I thought of this design. So me and my best friend, business partner, was going into Dre's. It was like around Halloween or something like that. And there was a guy at the table, and he had a retired military hat on. And I kept looking at it. And at that time, that that style, that design, that concept was just like so popular, you know, the military style. Right. So I just kept looking at it. And everybody knows what type of hat you're talking about. Because it was the old guy going into Target right now got it on, right? And we grateful for his service. Right. But everybody knows what you mean by the retired military. I took that concept and I found the actual template online. Obviously just nice with the Photoshop, put it together and was like, yo, the retired drug dealer. Yo, this gonna go viral. Yeah. Right. And I'm telling my business partner that, and you know, he with whatever. So he know how my mind goes. So we like go. So we did it. Like the first couple weeks, it was kind of like sales was moving slow, whatever. But it was just like, even the guy that did the house, he said, "What the hell is this?" Like what? Like
So my business partner photoshopped. So there's a picture with Jay-Z on a jet. He got that picture. He photoshopped the hat on Jay-Z. He photoshopped it on him. That was like our first like real like kind of manifesting it on him. Right? Yeah. We had a list of people that we wanted it on, bro. I think we got the hat on everybody except one. And it was all organic. I never handed a hat to him. Wow. The hat just had that much power to it and relevance and influence and impact that it just felt like a thing. You know what I'm saying? So we posted the picture on Facebook. We're running our campaigns. We got a whole page set up. People in the comments like, bro, that's not a real picture of Jay-Z. Like y'all Photoshop, they like grilling us about it, right? So we kind of like, maybe we should have did that.
It's out there now,
right? Man. So we going, sales is just, the hat's selling steadily. Like we're not really, pushing the hat because I think Facebook was against us, against the slogan. That retired drug dealer just was one of those flagged campaigns. But
how much would you say y'all made like the first run of them?
Like when you say what, the first week?
Yeah.
We didn't make that much, bro. I think we might have sold like 30, 40 pieces the first week. We $59 plus like $10 shipping, so it was like 60. The hat was kind of like people like, bro, I'm paying damn near $100 for. There was everything was a complaint.
Especially what year was this?
What year was that? This was like 2017, something like that.
Yeah, so like even just that short amount of time in the past, a $60 hat was.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was. I mean, but at the time you got like I think just Don or Don C had the whole gator skin in the front. Cass was paying like $250 or $150 for them joints. Yeah. Floyd had the TMT thing going. His house was going for like $200-$300.
Oh, okay.
The hats was moving. So we scaled ours at a price that it was like cool. You know, it was a Yopong. We had the puff stitch. It was what it was.
Yeah.
But of course, you go. Everybody complains. That's just consumers, right? And so it's like some weeks later, I'm at the gym, or we come home from the gym from balling or whatever, and then I ain't look at my phone, but sales is just going crazy on the phone, and my business partner hit me. He like, bro, Jay-Z had the hat on. I'm like, bro, quit playing. He like, no, Jay-Z had the hat because he play a lot.
Yeah, he sending you another Photoshop photo.
Bro, I banged the line on him. I hung up, like, bro, it went on. He called me back. He like, look. And I'm like, oh, yo. And it
took off.
Boom.
Yeah.
Instant. And remember, that was just one product. We had a full, that hat was on a site that we kind of created a conglomerate site like Karmaloo. So we were selling pretty much everything that we were designing because we kept like, instead of just making new brands, we would just create designs and just put them all under this umbrella, like a store.
A Shopify type of.
It was built on Shopify, but it was like a store, just like a marketplace, but it was all of our products.
Gotcha.
So we're selling a bunch of different everything stuff we designed, and shoes, this, that. It was Karmaloo, but without other brands.
Right.
It appeared to be other people's brands, but it was our own ideas.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? So it was like a conglomerate in a way. We just kind of took the way LVMH did it and was like, yo, let's create a fashion house, but with all of our own ideas. So that way we're not creating different companies.
Yeah.
We just coming out with ideas and just putting them up.
Just keep putting them,
Just
you can load up whenever.
There you go. Yeah. So just that hat alone, it was just going crazy. So they opened up the store for everything else to start selling. So we were selling pretty much everything, but the hat was just basically pushing traffic to us. So the hat was just going. So from there, it hit TMZ, it hit Ball Alert, it hit Shade Room, and it's just like, yo, this is going nuts. And it was on the news. Jay-Z had this hat on. And Jay-Z, I don't know if it was purposely done, but he just had the hat on just organically, bro.
Yeah.
And at this point, we getting all different stories of who bought it, who got it for him, his jeweler, and this and that.
Actually, did you ever find out?
Yeah, so Emory Jones, shouts out to Emory Jones. He pulled up on us at the trade show. And he was like, was popping. Like, basically, like, yo, that was me that did that. And he was so chill and poised. We got his number and kept in touch with us for a while. And was introduced us to a bunch of different cats. It was super cool. And just that hat alone, bro, it did a lot. It got us in Forbes. And what's crazy is that I would say it was a big product because of the impact that it had, but it wasn't like the biggest product that we had from an income standpoint. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, and it still to this day you can go online and Google it, bro. There's fakes.
Yeah, I see a lot of fakes.
Yeah, there's
but that's how you know you did it right too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't make anything fake if it ain't profitable.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I when I heard that story the first time, I was like, but they figured it out, right? Like, y'all did the viral thing in a product.
Yeah, but I also took it a step further too. I bought the trademark.
Oh, see?
Yeah,
and that's what I mean. The business part. That's all. We're gonna get into that too, right? Because I think that's what people are missing. A lot of people that have that viral moment forget about the business.
You got to own it.
You have to
own it. Yeah, I believe in, especially when it comes to something as powerful as slogans and stuff like that, because creatives are rare. So everything that a lot of these big companies do, they're piggyback or they're pivoting or they're copying. Right. So they don't really think they're own. They're just pretty much, let's just take. We'll just steal. Because the concept goes, good artists borrow, great artists steal.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's owning it. So you get it, you license it out, and you just continue to make money from it, at some point. You get it? You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. Yeah, the ownership is a big thing. And I think, like I said, people miss that when they're chasing that viral moment or when they're trying to have real impact, where they're more focused on it being seen versus what happens once it is seen.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely...
It's hard to maintain too, bro. And when something is moving like that, you got to keep up with it. At that point, it's not keeping up with you.
Yeah.
Like you got to, you're chasing it because you gotta get everything out. You gotta make sure everything is shipped. When you're doing trade shows, you gotta make sure all the purchase orders are done and everything's fulfilled. And like, what is this thing? That's what the whole thing is.
You gotta be, to maintain it, you gotta be ready for what's coming.
Right.
And so you should be preparing yourself for that beforehand anyway. I've been around several like independent brands and kind of see it. That was one of the more unique stories that I knew of. It also let me know that if you really have a understanding of what product is, then you can make this happen for yourself. Like, this was absolutely a photoshopped photo that kicked this off, right? It doesn't even have to be something real, which also means your product doesn't have to be the greatest product.
No, not at all.
It's how you market it.
It is. Marketing is the water. Marketing is the source. Marketing is the soil. Marketing is the seed. Marketing is the everything. If you have no marketing, there's no way that you can get any sales, because marketing, if you lack that area, you can't move your product. Marketing is word of mouth. It's when people wear it. It's when people see it. Marketing is everything outside of what you're doing to get your product to where you need it to get to. Yeah. And people don't understand that. There's great minds out there, great creators, but they just lack marketing.
Yeah, marketing.
They just don't understand the concept of it. They just don't market themselves. They don't market the brand. They don't, do campaigns. They don't understand campaigns. They're not using social media properly.
Yeah. So like I said before, you've had the opportunity to sit down with so many different creators in so many different fields. Yeah. Can you think about or name one of the most unique creators that you've seen where it was like, man, you all did what and how? Like where it just kind of blew your mind?
That's a tough one because there's so many, right? Yeah. But I think the ones that inspire and influence me the most, I would say my top, honestly, would be Pharrell and Virgil from a fashion standpoint. Yeah. Also, Tremaine from he was Supreme. Now he got Denim. Yep. Denim Tears. I also rock with some street guys too. I like Rich God. Okay. I like E-Ty. Who else? Man, there's so many brands, bro. There's so many. Like, I follow so many different small, unique boutique style brands, but they have so much thought in creativeness in them. I'm a big fan of it's a brand, people not wearing it yet. It's called Alex.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
Not yet. No.
Yeah, people not wearing it. Yeah, Alex. It's another brand, Captain. This is just a lot of, bro, I'm inspired by everything. So it's not like in particular. Then my guys, shouts out to Ray and Randall over at Las Vegas Apparel. They own they got some licensing with Tony Hawk's brand, Birdhouse, and they're revamping that and taking that to a different level. Bro, I'm with these guys a lot, and they really working hard, bro. They doing some wild stuff over there, bro. Okay. They definitely locking in with a lot of people and bringing a lot of brands to life.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta check in.
Shout out to Caleb Plant too. He got the Revenge Tour brand.
Yeah. Caleb's great too.
And my boys over there at Yesterday's Fits too. Yeah, boys when they
always man. Just they anybody that has followed Ryan Pineda or the Wealthy brand, they've seen Yesterday's Fits and just there with everything vintage. So no, I love it, man. Like I love that you still find creativity in those places, even though like kind of your direction has shifted a little bit. Give me some like
that's the origin, bro.
Yeah, that's, can't go away from it.
Yeah, that's the grind, bro. When you seeing cats constantly working and constantly grinding, bro, that's just, it's inspiration, bro. There's no cap on creativity. There's no age limit. There's no anything. It's just embedded in you. It's who you are.
Absolutely.
So when I'm seeing, cats that are my peers and they're working and they're just constantly going at it and being a lot more innovative with their approach and revamping brands and doing this and that and the third and bringing other people, brands to life, bro. It's inspiring because it's creativeness. It's like, how can you not be inspired by a creative? Like, how can you not love a creative? Like, we are the new athletes, bro.
No, absolutely.
Like, entrepreneurs, all those guys.
Absolutely. And that's what we're talking to, right? Like those individuals that are listening to this and watching this, they're all either starting their journey in this content space. They've had the successful business. They understand, on that end on how to make the money. They're trying to figure out how to grow a presence online.
Content is tough though, bro, because you got to be in front of a camera. You got to have everything working for you. You got to have good editors. You got to do good content. And most people don't know how to do. It's not in their arsenal,
right?
It's not just, they can't go into character. They don't want to speak every day. They don't want to do it every day. So,
and I think that's what
you got to have a love for.
That's what we're doing, right? Like between Wealthy Creator and Pineda Media, our goal was to offer up to our audience what we give to Ryan, right, and what we do to support his brand and his vision. And so we wanted people to realize like you don't have to do it yourself, right? Like we can help you grow through that. And as you grow through that, you'll begin to see that it becomes a lot easier with a team around you. It becomes a lot easier with those elements, like the editors, like the producers, like the graphic designers, all those pieces that tend to kind of draw, and bring that vision to real life and to see it scale.
And I also think too, Justin, is that I think society has painted us or trained us to be these independent people. And humans were meant to be in tribes.
Communal, yep.
We are tribal people. Why do you think fucking gangs exist?
Yeah.
It goes back into biblical times and far before we were even thought of and born, or our ancestors. It's tribes. You have to be and have a tribe. You cannot do everything by yourself. You're not the smartest. You're not the most creative. You're not the most critical thinker. You need a strong tribe, and that creates a foundation, and you're able to elevate because you got the right people around you. There's no solo acts in this, bro.
No, I haven't met one.
I'm trying to find one right now. There's no, even the strongest person is not a solo act. He got a team.
Yeah. You may not see them, but I know they're there. But
there's some cats behind them. Like you wouldn't know that Christian Auditor was Ed Hardy's designer until he created Christian Auditor. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know. You just don't know.
Offer up some advice for the individual that's trying to figure out how to kind of pave their way through the landscape, right? You know how it goes too. In the real estate space, in the finance, the business space, a lot of these individuals are trying to do the same things, right? And they're talking to the same audience. Offer some advice to people how they can kind of pave their own way and make their presence felt. Well,
I think real estate is probably one of the most saturated markets with agents. I think everybody, I think real estate is has a crazy perception to it painted online, like a just fucking successful picture. And it's a grind, a tough one. Yeah. And I think when you get with the right real estate agent, he's mastered the field, bro. He can tell you everything in regards to real estate outside of the actual home itself, how the home was built, when the home was built, what kind of flooring is in there, what the interest rates are right now, what yours might be, what the loan, when you are a knowledgeable person and you are more than just a realtor to your client, I feel like that's when you win. And the clients are trusting you and buying, because most people don't know about real estate. They're trusting you. So I think you have to be more of an asset and more of a tool to them versus just a house shower. Yeah. That's first and foremost. That's what I feel like when it comes to that aspect. But overall, when it comes to, getting into entrepreneur space or whatever that may be, I think the advice that I'm giving is the less advice you have, the better you do.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
Because how do you give advice to someone who you really don't know? Like, you can't really, like, this shit is not a walk in the park, bro. Like, and I've given a ton of advice, and I'm not sure if it's really resonating or it works well, because it works for me. What works for me might not work for you. So because time changed, technology is changing, so now the advice go from, man, you got to work hard, you got to do this, to learn how to use chat. Okay. Learn how to use chat GPT, and then go to this AI, and then go back to this and the new Photoshop and this, that, and the third. Times are changing. All right. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes the old methods don't work in today's time. So the less advice that you get from people, I think the better off you will be, because you kind of paving your own way. And then once you get to a certain level, the right advice will start to land on you, because you're at a certain level and they've had success. And then, just getting your information from the right people, right? In a sense. But I mean, my advice would be to just get up and do it every day. Yep. That's it. Get up and do it every day. Get better and better and better at it, and add different methods to it. Like, take a little bit from everybody you're watching, like you're studying, and study the people that came before you, all of them, down to, just learn. If you're in fashion, learn about all the brands and where they originated from and how they originated. Learn who are the owners, why they're the owners, and the history of it, and just take bits and pieces from their grind and add it to yours. Some of it still works to this day, but then also be when it comes from a technology standpoint of understanding the social media platforms, understand social media, because that is a marketplace. Know that it's a marketplace, not just a place you go on and you talk to chicks and you like pictures. It's a huge marketplace. So understand those platforms and learn how to utilize them the right way.
And you hit it spot on, bro. Like, the only cheat code is consistency. It doesn't matter. Like, the video's either good or it's not. Right. And I tell people that all the time, like, there's no algorithm that's holding you back. There's no like either it's a good video or it's not. Like that. It's that simple. And the only way that you can cheat this system is to stay consistent. That's it. Right. And so I love it that you're saying that, because I think people don't realize it even after you've told them that you did 300 videos. And, you know what I mean? Like, they don't 8 months actually. Yeah. Yo, I counted, bro. Like last year we did 3,000 videos for Ryan Pineda.
Jesus. That's OD. Right? I'm thinking we did, like, y'all went crazy.
Like we cranked out last year, and we only increased this year. Right? Our content manager, the one that posts them all, by the end of the year, she'd had 15,000 videos go out.
That's solid.
Right? Some of them are like repurposed on different platforms, but total, she's posting. That's how much she's doing.
You're basically forcing me to see you.
Yeah, I tell people that I want you to either take action after watching something of ours, or unfollow.
Yeah, I'm tired of them.
One or two.
Yeah, but as soon as you unfollow, you're already in our algorithm, so you're going to see us
again
on the Explore page.
You don't have a choice. I tell people, every time I stand up in front of people, I go, You're here because you saw a piece of content. How many? Raise your hand. The whole room. Right? How many watched the podcast? Good majority watched the podcast. Right? How many saw us on a short?
Right.
Whole room, right? I go, okay, for all you all that didn't answer, raise your hand in one of those questions, I failed you. They're like, what? Like, yeah, because if you came here without seeing a piece that we put out, I did something wrong. Because you're not even supposed to be knowing who he is without seeing some piece of content. Right. And it's just important to understand that, right? Like I tell you, it's funny. I go, if you want to compete with us, you're going to have to really bring it. Like you're going to have to. Yeah. Because we're not letting up. We're not slowing down. No, and Ryan the content's going to keep, it's going to keep getting better. Right. Yeah. Like I tell her that your goal should always be to make your next video better than your last video. If you do that and you stay consistent, trust those 20 views that you're getting right now, those 200 views and them 2 comments, one of them your mom and one of them a cousin, that's going to change.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to change. And it only takes one really big video for it to start to change. Yeah. I found that out myself. I was posting nothing on my page. I had like literally, you can go down, you can see my birthday, my wife's birthday, and then the next post was my birthday of the next year. Like that's how my page was running because I was so busy doing everybody else's project. Then Ryan goes, you got to start doing it, bro. Like you have to start growing the brand. People need to know what you're doing for me at the very least. Right. I'm like, all right. And he's like, you're going to do a podcast. And you know, it's opportunity again, right? Yeah. All right, I'll do it. I don't have a problem. Like I never was afraid to speak, right? Like I just didn't because I was behind the camera. And then I noticed one video rings off. I told people about the Bible app and a habit that I used to do in the morning to get used to reading my Bible in the morning. Yeah. And that video does 100K the first few hours. Instagram starts growing. Right? Numbers start flooding in. And it was like, yeah, like this is exactly what you keep telling people. And then I was like, all right, just stay consistent. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Once you see them bite, you got to keep feeding.
You got to keep doing it. And so I want to encourage any listener or anybody watching this, like you may be on video 399 and it may be 450 that takes off. Right. So don't stop. Some of those podcasts, that was 2019 that we first met. Yeah. And we were filming that podcast. That podcast doesn't exist. They couldn't stay consistent, right? Like they couldn't figure it out. And then they were looking for the reward immediately.
No, you can't do that.
And it just doesn't, it don't work like that.
It don't work like that. I wish more people would stop looking at the reward and more so look at the work behind it, because the work is more important. Because if you can't stay consistent, then the reward is it'll kind of fade. You know what I'm saying? You get more reward the more work you do, the more you get rewarded. So I think the focal point should be the work and continuously the quality, and then you have to also get better, and then you also have to, continuously pour into yourself, whether it's reading, just being around certain people, networking, constantly talking to people, getting more comfortable, potting more, whatever that may be. You have to just do more of whatever you're doing so that it doesn't feel like you're doing something. It just feels like second nature. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're just sitting down, just having a conversation, and the camera's there, the camera's rolling, and no matter what, it's action time, it's go time.
And I always feel like I'm serving, right? Like having you here, allowing you to tell your story and speak from your experience, and allowing people to hear some of your strategies and things that you do for your platforms. I'm serving the audience. Yeah. And so when you think of it like that, then you start to ask yourself, well, why not? Why wouldn't I do it? Right. I get to serve people in that manner and have great conversations and learn so much. Like those are all things that you got to ask yourself, are you doing it for the right reason? Are you doing it for real? Or are you trying to, like, if you're trying to be famous?
Well, yeah, that's that. I mean,
go jump out of a helicopter.
But right? Fame, it just depends. What are you going to be famous for? And then are you famous for the right reasons? And like fame kind of comes with I think everybody's famous now. I think everybody's famous. Yeah. Everybody's a celebrity now because we have the capability. Social media has created a place where you can become a celebrity. Yeah, it's altered the definition of a celebrity. It's a celebrity is whoever getting the most views. Yeah. Who's ever viral at that moment is the local celebrity or the global celebrity. Yeah. Look at Mr. Beast. Dude, I don't know where he came from, who he is, but dude, he's serving. He's doing a lot for this. Bro, he gave away a house on Halloween. Dude. They knocked on the door, said trick or treat. He handed them the keys to the house. Yeah. I don't know if it was real or fake, but that was fly.
Bro, he's building wells and stuff in Africa now.
100 wells he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he has learned how to monetize the platform and then use it to make more.
Even Keith Lee, he's doing the same
thing
too. And he's getting a lot of criticism now, but I actually like what he's doing.
I love what he's doing.
I think in the Black community we got some of the worst customer service that I hate it.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was kind of like, "Who you mad at?"
They're mad at
like who you mad at him?
Yeah, they mad at him because he's being truthful.
Yeah.
But it's the truth is the truth. If the service was bad, bro, the service was bad.
Yeah, just get better.
Yeah,
y'all get better.
Yeah, it's
all
business.
Right?
It's business practice. Like get better at business. You want to grow, elevate your business. That's a review. He's doing live reviews,
and they probably asked him to come.
Be on your P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't knock him for it.
No, absolutely. Going back to the social hour, tell me, how is it working with Sean?
Sean's a unique guy. He's definitely got a lot of drive. A lot. He's me and him, when it comes to that, we that's where we meet.
Yeah.
Because it's like we can go, bro. Sitting like doing 9, 10, 12 episodes it was so easy because it was just like we just rock out. You know what I'm saying? But
how'd you meet him?
I met Sean a couple years back when the NFTs was popping.
Okay.
He had a I think it was called Shibby Dinos, and they were looking for NBA guys, and I brought him PJ Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, and we just been in touch and been cool ever since.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, and just play ball together, just did like random little stuff. We're polar opposite, but we it's the synergy there is just, it's organic. You know what I'm saying? And he's definitely a unique guy.
Yeah, it makes for. You all make for good like co-hosts together.
Yeah.
And this is what I've been trying to explain to some individuals that starting their podcast. The worst kind of podcast is the person that just agrees with everything that they're saying to each other. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
Like I tap out immediately.
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
If I tell you the sky's red today and you go, yes, beautiful red too, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like y'all can't possibly agree on everything.
Not human. It's not human to think alike.
And how do you listen to an hour of that? Right? Like how do you 2 hours?
Yeah.
Like how do you do that? Right. Yeah. So I tell people, like, find things to disagree on, but not to, I'm not doing it to argue. I'm doing it to give perspective on things.
Well, some people might take having an opinion about something opposite is, you arguing, or you like to debate, or you like to do this and that. And it's like, no, I just don't agree with it.
Yeah.
And I'm entitled to disagree. It's my opinion.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. To me, that makes for, it adds the entertainment factor to a podcast and otherwise wouldn't be entertaining at all.
Yeah.
And I found that out early working with Ryan.
It's good to be not polar opposite, but just have a balance, obviously, when you're opposite, but then also view life in different aspects, because you get different viewpoints.
Yeah.
You get your viewpoint, then you get mine, and then we may debate a little bit. Sometimes, like Skip Bayless, I don't think nobody agrees.
King of the hot take, right?
Yeah.
King of the hot take. Like, he's going to present a hot take just to make the conversation and entertain.
He has his own opinion, and it be.
And I don't even know if he believe it all the time, but it makes for good entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And I think you have to add those elements in. Like, I know when I do it on this platform, because people aren't necessarily coming for entertainment, they're coming for the information. I'll play God's advocate just to make the point, right? Like, I thought the hat was kind of, it was mid, but it sold well.
Yeah.
Just to get you to go, let me tell you about
absolutely
how, right?
I'll agree, because you really don't know, how I feel when it comes to the flaws in stitching.
Yeah, exactly.
Even how
now we can get into it.
How it's being manufactured, but your opinion is a valid opinion based on how you feel about it, right? So I'm not going to argue with your opinion. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Some people like, oh, well, Gucci is, this quality. Well, Gucci uses American apparel on some of their shirts.
Yeah.
You might disagree.
So I
could care less. Yeah, it's what it is. You know?
So when you're podcasting, there's a thing in the culture where they be like, oh, he podding. Like because they know that it's a hot take. They know that it's like you're referencing something that you may not believe in, but it's going to make for the conversation. Right. Somewhere, someone was asking that same thing. Right. And in doing so, you're essentially going to get to solving that problem. Right? Whether they believe what I said or they believe what you said, one of us just solved a problem for someone. And there's a lot of value in that. And I think people are staying for the value. They may come for the entertainment. They may come just because the thumbnail was great, the title was great, or everybody's watching, so I got to watch too, you know, the FOMO. But they're staying because of the value. And, you know, we talk about this in our meetings here. You know, one thing that we pride ourselves on is the watch time. Right, because we're focused on making sure people spend hours on end with us, and we threw that stat out at WealthCon, and it's been going strong ever since, and even increasing. That in the last 90 days, people have watched the equivalent of 500 years of content straight with us.
That's solid.
500,000-600,000 watch hours in 90 days. Just not, I mean, like, and that tells me, yeah, people are staying. So it doesn't take for us to get 1 million views on a video, right? Because we're going to come, if you stay with us for all that time, it's likely that you're joining the community and somehow. And as business owners and entrepreneurs, that's one thing that you should be focused on is figuring out how to get people to stay. Shorts are cool. Don't get me wrong. Shorts and you can grow a whole platform on just shorts alone. Shorts.
Absolutely.
But I don't know that I'm ready to purchase after 60 seconds.
Oh, well, that's the attention span. Well, it's actually shorter than that. I think attention span is like 3 seconds now.
Yeah, it's 3 seconds, but you gave me a 60-second video.
Right. So, in
like,
60 seconds, you can get your point across. I believe you can sell in 60 seconds.
It's going to take a few of them.
Well, it's going to take a few shorts, but I believe you can sell in 60 seconds.
I know we can sell with an hour and a half of a podcast.
Well, you know you're going to solidify the sale.
I'm closing you. I can close you on the episode.
They're already going to be sold within 60 seconds.
It's interesting, man. Like I love it. I love it. Let me ask you something. What do you see for the future of social media and where things are going?
I think social media, I think it's only going to get more enhanced. I think it's only going to get more personal. I'm not sure what they're doing with the development of Web3, but I think once that's implemented, we'll see a more of an intricate style social media that is catered and based to the individual. And even when it comes to everything they're liking, all their interests, the women they like, it'll be more catered to you and who you are versus interests, videos, clothing, everything will be catered around the individual. So your social media world will be different from mine. I think that's what I foresee in regards to social media. But as far as when it comes to podcasting and information, I feel like we're on the cusp of something big. And I think everyone who's starting now is in good shape because podcasting is still fairly new. Yeah, it's still fairly new, and I think that the best people will be the last ones standing, and you know even the great people will be the last ones standing. But there's some people who are too truthful, and obviously you guys know there'll be cancellations and shit and bans and everything else because social media is going to really control the narrative, which they've already started. Doing that with rules and shadow bans and just like not giving you visibility just because it's too forthcoming, and their purpose is to hide the truth, and not share it. And I think that's where we are as far as social media. But I think it will be a individual based thing where it's a world. It is a world now, but it'll be individually based world. So once the VR and all that stuff comes, we'll be able to actually visit each other in that sense.
You see any negative impact on that?
Yeah, I think it's going to take away our ability to socialize. It's already taken us away. I don't know if you pay attention to restaurants, but most people, being social with men and women is dead. Yeah. We're mostly on our phones. We're not really paying attention. We're not interacting with one another. We're more prone to texting and DMing versus conversation. So that's where we're lacking in society. So I think there's a lot of negative impact when it comes to social media, because you're not dehumanizing, but in a way you're dehumanizing because again, we're put here to be social, and that's taking away the social aspect and putting it on a computer or a laptop, and we're more comfortable there. We're not going outside. We're not meeting up.
I think people like FaceTime, but they don't like FaceTime.
Yeah.
And they're giving up FaceTime here all day, right? Like they can do that all day. Yeah. But when it comes to this, like I've watched people that I've seen in this space, in the social media space. Great influence, right? Magnificent appearance on the video. Confident, a lot of conviction. Like you can see it all. Like you would think this person was the most amazing person. And then you see them in the room and they're this big, right? Just shriveled up because of the social aspect of being face to face. So they'll give you that FaceTime with that phone or with that computer. No FaceTime in person. And so it's like removing the social from social media.
Well, yeah, I think the rise of social anxiety will probably be at an all-time high. I think drug usage and prescription drugs will be at an all-time high because people will be using them just to be around other humans.
It's crazy.
And no, it's not.
Sad.
It's wrealistic. It's just that's what's coming.
Yeah.
Because you're taking it, you're taking the social aspect away completely. Completely. I can meet you and have a full conversation with you and get to know you online, and that be that. And never like, and be fine with that. But meeting you is like you have social anxiety. You're awkward. You don't have the same conversation.
Yeah. Here's what my I think is gonna happen. I think in the coming years, there's going to be a separation between those individuals that are great on social media and like that have that social anxiety. Like there's going to be a separation from those individuals versus the individuals that can communicate great and communicate great not only on video and online but also in person.
Right.
And I think that separation is going to be very obvious. Right. And I don't know like where it lies as far as what it looks like on the platforms, but there's going to be something that's going to push those two far apart. And it's going to put those individuals that can communicate greatly far ahead from what those individuals are. For the last 10 years
already
to
like
me,
that.
For the last 10 years to me, somebody can go viral and have nothing else, just have a video go and live off of that fame.
Yeah, but it's already like that, bro. You don't feel like it's already like that separation has already happened?
Not yet. I
think so because
I still see people on stages that can't communicate well.
Well, they can communicate on stage. See, that's character. So there's still a place for them to be because they can go behind the curtains and hide. It's still a place there.
Yeah.
But I feel like the separation has already happened just simply because there's movers and there's shakers and there's people who just lack that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to, the tribes and networking events, the business events and all that, there's so many people out there that just don't have it socially.
Yeah.
So even having that social impact, you're still looked at as courageous to them because it's like, wow, he can speak in front of all of us.
Which is crazy.
Right, which is like,
Yeah, I'll get it.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
get it.
So I think having a social impact, I mean, obviously that's what you're probably getting at, will be a new thing because you're not socially awkward. You're not like just like this weird kind of individual because of, social media platforms.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see, man.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll see. We'll see. Going forward for you, what do you see for your future in this space and what you have going on?
I think definitely when it comes to me, I have faith that I'll definitely be one of the guys in creating the impact. I want to get more into speaking, obviously, and then continue to grow, give more information, be one of those guys. There's many out there, but just be one of those voices that people go to and they hear and be a voice of truth and realness, because it's like we're lacking authenticity there.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of like fluff.
Gotcha.
It's just fluff. So being authentic is just, that's my thing. But, that's the goal. I may be bigger than that. Who knows what the future holds, but I definitely enjoy this space. I love, I developed a love for it. I enjoy doing it, and I'm going to continue to do it and continue to grow in it and just, just write, executive produce different shows, create media companies, and just grow and continue to just grow in this space. Yeah,
absolutely. Tell me, who's your ideal? Like, you got your fingers crossed that one day I get to sit down with this individual and do this Digital Social Hour podcast. You want them sitting across from you? Who would that be? I thought you was gonna have like 5 people. Like, I want this person, I want this person.
Nah, because a lot of people are corny to me.
Yeah, I get that
too. I think because I find so many people interesting too.
Yeah,
but I think if I could sit down with somebody right now and just chop it up with them. And just get into their headspace and just have like a casual conversation. I would probably do yay.
I knew you was
today. I would probably do yay.
Oh man, come on, yay, come through the
I would probably want to sit down with yay, and yay, and just kind of just chop it up with him. Not even like asking him whys, but just like. Allowing him to just speak and just get his shit off because he's such a impactful, unique individual.
Yeah.
To me, he's a pioneer. He's somebody I admire in so many different aspects just because of his courageousness and how he doesn't steer away from how he feels.
Right.
And I think that's the actual what I see and what actually matters. Now, yeah, his delivery might be a little harsh and raw, but I mean, bro, I grew up with my mom, aunties, and uncles cussing at me, bro. I don't care about a delivery.
Yeah.
I can sit there and listen to that, you know what I'm saying? And really understand and see through it. But I think if we're talking about today, like if I had a choice, if it was a list of people, like, yo, who you want to sit down with? I will go, yay. Now, if we talking about who gonna get the views, like who's gonna get the views?
Yeah.
So that's a yay would be an important interview.
Right.
But if I'm going off just views and clout, I'm gonna go Taylor Swift.
Taylor?
And again, no. The reason why I'm saying that is because she's powerful right now. She got the ear.
You wanna go Taylor?
Her or the
what y'all
Weeknd.
gonna talk about, man?
It don't matter. It don't matter. It do not matter because she got it.
I hear you. She do. I'm not denying that at all. I'm not denying that at all.
So again, an important interview will be yay.
Yeah.
With views and clout, I'm going Swift.
So yeah,
I'm going Swift.
Come on, Swifties,
I'm going
make
Swift.
It happen, Swifties.
I'm going Swift or Kylie just because of the impact that they have in the following.
Yeah,
Rihanna will probably be my third, simply because Rihanna kind of just be low key. She don't really,
bro.
She don't. I haven't seen her on interviews.
That's one. Like to get that, not too many other people gonna get one of those.
Right. So you never really get to see Rihanna, but those are the ones that I will go to for like the actual, cloud in the viewership. But I think Ye would be more of an interesting conversation because he has so many viewpoints on everything. Granted, the interview might get banned. It might never come out because he's gonna have so much to say on a lot of different topics. But
digital social hour Patreon,
right? Right on Rumble. But I would definitely like to sit down with him. But that would be because I mean a lot of cats is corny to me.
No, I feel you. I feel Ye's one of mine too. Not only is he, Chicago hometown grown dude, like what I mean, like a lot of what people don't understand, I can relate to, knowing where we come from. But not only is he gonna give you the moment that you need for that video to go, but he's gonna drop so much information on that. If you can dissect through all of the craziness, you will leave there a better individual in terms of business and mindset and everything else, right?
Yeah, I think
so. He's high on my list. It was one person you didn't name, and I will put them. They probably come number 2 for me.
Oh,
Elon. I want to sit with Elon. Now you talk corny, so don't go that route.
No. Elon's not corny to me. I think I've seen Elon so much, and I kind of know.
I want to say
I know what I'm gonna get from him. The reason with Ye, you just don't know. You don't know.
My reasons for Elon is different versus like you're right. We've seen him and he does these conversations. The reason why I would love to get him in the room is because I want what we talk about off camera. When he really gets real and you can hear like the business and the realness behind.
But will he give you that?
I think so.
That's the thing.
I think.
Will he give you? Ye gonna give it to you.
Yeah, Ye gonna do it on camera.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For how Elon has handled the X situation.
Yeah, but Elon has an image.
Talks about all of that.
Elon still has. He has to protect a lot of aspects about himself. Absolutely, he cares, bro.
Cause some of the stuff he say, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but he's Elon.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? He goes about it in a more strategic. He's very smart.
Yeah, no, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. So I would more so want to go with a yay that's just
you're gonna get your platform shut down. You're gonna get your platform shut down.
Well, I mean, I would,
but I'll take it.
I would take that risk just because, you just never know. And then I also like Andrew Tate too.
Yeah,
I like Andrew Tate.
Yeah, okay.
I like Andrew Tate. But those are Ye would be my number one, and then I would say I rock with Andrew Tate, so he would be like a number two guy.
Okay,
yeah.
No, that's awesome, dude. Well, Wayne, thank you, bro. Really, I appreciate you for coming. For sure. I really affirm everything you're doing and what you're growing over there. I'm excited to see, like I said, that was 2019 that we met. Seeing what you've been able to accomplish in these years has been amazing. And I wish you nothing but success.
Thank you, bro.
Tell everybody where they can find you, where they can look you up, where they can support you.
You guys can follow me on Instagram at The Creator, THECR38TOR on Instagram. Make sure you guys tune in to the Digital Social Hour. We're dropping episodes daily, great clips. We got some great guests coming on. You guys can hit me up, follow me. I'm here. You ask me questions in the DM. I'm not too Hollywood.
All right. Let me know if y'all want to see him back on Wealthy Creator, man. Make him a co-host over here too, man. No, but I appreciate you all. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'm your host, Justin Berry. It's been another episode of Wealthy Creator. I'll see you on the next one.